going to try his best to be as cute as possible.
So Tara, you know, in the last year, WAGS has started participating in our Stepped In Community Outreach Program, where we go to different neighborhoods and offer free training to the people that live there, and we also offer them free spay and neuter and kind of help the families engage with their dogs through learning some obedience training. But you were actually the one that brought this program to light at WAGS because it was something that you had already started through your own love for animals. So can you tell us a little bit about the backstory of how that got started with you, and what were you looking to accomplish?
In 2008, I started my outreach, and back then my outreach was focused on areas where there were street dog fighting. And street dog fighting, what they do is it's pretty much a gang initiation. They have to get a dog that fights well. They will find a dead-end street, open the car doors, let the dogs fight. The winner gets to go home, loser stays in the cul-de-sac. So I got a phone call, and pitbull rescue and dog fighting is very close and near and dear to my heart. That's what my specialty is. And so I got a phone call from a community in central Austin, right off of research, where her kids, she has children that are 6 and 8. They were outside playing like all kids should be in Texas in this beautiful weather. 2 cars pulled up in their cul-de-sac, dead-end area. It's a low-income area, so it's it wasn't really supervised by police, didn't have a big police presence. 2 cars pulled up, they let 2 dogs out. They fought in front of these 2 children. They left the loser behind. Fight took about 15-16 minutes. The kids wanted to go help the dog that was left behind. It was gravely injured. So of course you got the risk of the children getting injured. But mom called us up because the kids were traumatized because they saw 2 dogs fighting and they couldn't do anything about it. By the time they called the police, it was already gone and nobody in the neighborhood got any information. So I actually originally started it because of the street gang fighting. I wound up going out to this community. Had no idea what I was doing. I took all my basic agility equipment, figured if I can get the community some help and some training, they would watch some dogfighting reward posters, so we did. I posted some dogfighting reward posters from the Humane Society on their telephone poles. I asked them if they would watch my posters. I would come back for 4 visits, 5 visits, do some agility training and basic obedience. I bought crates and dog food for them and went out, and every single week I had 100% repeat attendance from all of the neighborhood dogs and kids. They would come out, they would do their agility, they would do their training. Every week I'd come, they'd be excited to come out again. My posters are still up to this day. This is, again, 2008. They were still in that neighborhood. They haven't seen any street fighting in that corner anymore. And then it wound up really working out to, these guys don't have cars. They couldn't get that dog to the animal hospital. They couldn't vaccinate their dog, so I wound up at the end of the 4 weeks working some few extra sessions in my private business and picking up their dogs, doing some vaccines for them. If they attended all 4, I would pick up their dogs, have them vaccinated and spayed and neutered. And now, last year, Jen asked me to be on the board of WAGS. Told her about my outreach, and since WAGS has joined, we've offered free spay and neuter, and our outreach is kicked off because now we can really afford the medical care. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's all that stuff that we've been able to do, you know, through Tara's original idea is basically funded by all the donations that we receive from our supporters. So you guys that are watching this video right now help us to go into those communities and help these people, provide medical care and spay and neuter. So, you know, you're making a huge, you're not only making a huge imprint on the world of rescue by helping us and supporting our rescue efforts, but now you're actually funding these other community programs. So together
and keeping
we can,
the dogs out of the shelter because they don't have to.
Yep, exactly.
That's the biggest key.
Exactly.
Like you.
So everybody, thanks for watching, and keep supporting Stepped In Animal Outreach, and we'll keep doing great things together.